Alright. I'm going to be sharpening my knife. Some people have asked me before about how I sharpen, so I figured I'd show. Alright, you probably can't tell in here, it's pretty dark. Maybe you can see all the flat spots on the edge, maybe. But what I've been doing with this knife is sometimes when you put the handle on, when you have the liners and everything, it'll squeeze out a little bit of the JB weld over time. So I've been taking it and I've been cutting the JB weld off, and then it like pops on the side of the knife, so it's dulled it pretty good, you know. Alright, little dogs, watch out, watch out, go, 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 Dexter. Alright, so we're going to start off. We got a soft Arkansas stone, and these stones are from Dan's Whetstone Company. Real good stones. I want to get the thicker one. They make one, this is 1/2 inch. I want to get the 1 inch stone, but I'll do that later at some point. And you just want to use any kind of light oil, you know, rub it on there. Actually, you know what, I will show you guys. I will try to cut a piece of paper before I sharpen it, so that way you can see it here. So good, and then just completely flat, you know, won't cut. So what I do is I just get the stone, throw them propped up on my knee. Fanny, come on, come on, good girl, there you go. And when they're this rough, I'll normally kind of just give them a good once over. And I've sharpened so many knives, I kind of just know what angle to hold it at. You know, what I like anyway, you know. It's probably, I don't know, like 15 degrees or something. It's not very steep. But you just work it until you get the, Lord, until you get all them flat spots out of there. And when I make a new knife, I use the belt sander, and I'll put the edge on it, and then let's see, feels like we got a little bit of a burr on the one side. Not seeing too many flat spots. Let me give it a quick little pass here. But I'll use 120 grit on the belt sander, and then I'll take the 220 polishing belt, and I will knock the burr off with that. And then I'll come in here to the stones, and I run it through the soft, hard, and then black Arkansas stones, and then I give it a quick strop. So let's see if we got the flat spots out of that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, not too bad. Alright, so move to the next stone now. And the bigger the stones are, it does help with how fast you can sharpen them. You got a lot more stone to work with, you know. Now this stone is the 1 inch stone. See how thick that sucker is. This is a hard stone, but it gives you more room here. So like that one, I had to take the stone out of the box because the handle material will hit the edge of the box. But on this one, since the stone's higher, you're good, you got clearance. So that's why I want to get the taller soft stone. And then I'd love to get a big old black stone like this, but it's, you know, like $600-700 or something crazy. So, and we'll just give some swipes on this side. And when you freehand sharpen like this, you actually end up convexing your edge, because you never really go at the exact same angle twice, you know. So you get like just a little bit of a rounded edge to it, which does help with the strength of the edge, of course. And with these stones, it comes with a little piece of paper telling you how to use the stone, but you says you want to start at an angle like this, you know, and then you pull it back. And what I've noticed is sometimes when you start flat, you won't actually get all the way back to the back. But when you start at an angle, you will always get all the way back there. That's just one thing I've noticed. Let's see what we're at after the hard here. Oop. It's a little grabby. Or I just suck at cutting paper. One of the two. Not too bad. Let's give it a few more swipes though. A little bit more oil on there. This is a pretty new stone, so it's not like as fine of a finish as one that you've used for a while and kind of worn in. This soft stone over here that I had, I've worn it in pretty good, so it's not as coarse as it was when I first got it. You know, it smoothens out a little bit from the finish that comes on the stone, from, you know, the finish they leave on from the factory. But yeah, you just gotta wear your stone in a little bit. But I mean, these stones will last you forever. You know, they don't wear out or nothing. So like, I think this stone was about $200, but you know, it literally will last forever. You know. All right, so here we go. Ooh, that's a little bit better. Yeah, that's better. All right. Now we will move on to the black stone. Okay, and I got, this is why, another reason why I want to get a bigger black stone, because the one I have is just absolutely tiny. Getting low on WD. Got to get some more here soon. Alright. Now you guys try sharpening a 20-inch blade on this stone here. It'll make you really appreciate the bigger stones, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, you just, I don't ever normally count the swipes. I just go until it feels like, you know, it's easier to go across. Because when you use the coarser stone and then go to the finer stone, you can feel the coarseness on the edge, and it'll like smoothen out. And that's one of the ways you can tell that it is, you know, sharper anyway, or at least getting close to being sharp and ready for the next stone. So let's see where we're at now. I'm getting oil on the paper too, but I will. Let's see. Pretty good. Give it a few more swipes. See, she's still, yeah, it's got some oil in there still. But yeah, like I said, this stone is so small. I wish I could get the bigger one, but $600-700 for a stone is a lot. And then the translucent stone is even more, but it's just because the translucent stone is more rare. The black stone is actually finer, just like a tiny bit finer. But you know, if you want a cool looking stone, you get the translucent just to kind of show people, I guess. Let's see here. Alright, yeah, that's pretty good. So now we just go to the strap. Make sure it's clean. And this is not black compound, this is white compound that I've used so much it's turned black. So I really do need to redo this strap. Clean this off and put a new coat with the white compound on here. Only problem is I don't know what I did with my white compound. Don't know where it went. So I'll have to get some more of it. It ain't that big of a deal. Found I had to order some the other day. I ordered some black actually. Black is the coarsest. It's like 400 grit. Or it says it takes the scratches out of 400 grit is what it does. But it was like $14 and I got this like 1.5 foot long block of it. So give me some white. Redo this. And how you redo it is you heat it up so this becomes all soft and gooey, and then you just scrape it off there or scrub it off with a rag, or just got to get it off that leather. And I've never used the other side. But this was a DLT strap, I think it was like $40 when I got it. Yeah, there we go. That strap really helps there at the end. Just give you that final little extra sharpness. You know. Hair popping sharp. Shaved part of my hand there. But yeah. So that's how I sharpen them. It's not too hard. You gotta get your stones, and a strap. But yeah, you can get them pretty darn sharp that way. And unlike diamond stones and the Japanese water stones and everything, these will not wear out on you. I've literally been using these for years. And before I was got that hard stone, I was using this one. This Smith's one. Okay? It's kind of gooey on the bottom from all the oil and grease I've used over the years. But you look at this stone, I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well, but there is no divot or anything in this stone. It is still flat and still good. And I have sharpened hundreds of knives on this. So, just a little sharpening demo for you. That's how I do it. Alright, y'all have a good one.